Hi guys, welcome. Okay, I am back for the final live stream of the day. I will take your questions at the order they're asked. Super chats and PayPal at $1.99. We'll skip the line. Oh, there it is. Okay, hopefully this thing cooperates with me. Perfect. And if you've never been here before, you can ask a question, put a green heart next to it, and I will make sure that I get to it. Benita, when do you see Christopher possibly returning back into my life? Okay, let's see. Okay, so the time frame is, the month is 9. The clubs would be sometime this summer. So the way this card reads, I would figure sometime in September, but before we move into the fall. Mimi, what's the purpose of JDJ tagging DMM and things? Is she trying to get my attention? Okay, let's see. 33% chance she's trying to get your attention. My suggestion would be to stay off of Facebook, or yeah, because if she is trying to get your attention, the best way to deal with it is to not let her have it. That's the best thing to do. Don't let anybody have it. Somebody that is trying to take up space in your head and do things like that, first of all, it's really childish, and I can't say enough how much I hate social media, but it's turning everybody into serious narcissists. Look at me, look at me, look at me. And then the questions that I get are like, what did they think of my picture? What did they think of my picture? And it's the only way that you could shut something like that down is to not give it the energy. That's the only way. Shut it down, don't look at it, because otherwise she gets what she wants. Starbright, did he lie to me about staying alone? Okay, let's see. No, I don't think so. I don't think you lied. Beautiful one. Will you see the pic I posted? Yeah, he'll see it. Malika, love reading. Okay, out of the blue comes, you got a couple of people. You've got a Libra, you also have Sagittarius. And it may be, sometimes this is like a timing thing. While you're busy working on something, like this is usually an apprenticeship, a new job, learning a new skill. It could be taking a new course. Like when you're wrapped up in that and like you're not thinking about love, that's when it comes in. And you got two people, Sagittarius and Libra. Josette, haven't heard from Dre. Is he avoiding me? No, I'm only getting a 33% chance that he's avoiding you. I don't think so. You gonna fall asleep? You gonna fall asleep? Yeah? Yeah? beautiful one, General. You got some spontaneity coming out of the blue. Doing something fun, carefree, on a whim. You're also about to start a personal transformation. Your whole life is evolving, or the way that you think about things, the way you look at things is all starting to change. The moon is here. Intuition is starting to heighten, like your senses, so pay attention. You also have here the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit in reverse is like not telling the whole truth, or not or self-isolating because you don't want to hear people's 2 cents. You know, it's like, you know, it's kind of like saying to somebody, well, I don't know why I can't lose weight, but meanwhile you leave out the part that like you eat a cheesecake every night. Like, that's what the Hermit in reverse is. So just look out that at least you're being honest with yourself. It's okay if you don't want to discuss it with other people, but just be careful when the Hermit's in reverse that you're honest with yourself. Mimi, is JDJ gonna keep watching me? It's bothering me. Block this person if it bothers you, or shut down your page, delete it. They don't come across as like crazy stalker. They check in, but they're not crazy about it. But if it bothers you, block them or delete it. You know, you can delete your page when you're not on it, and then nobody can see it. I'm telling you that Satan is running social media. I'm telling you that. Because it is causing so many problems. People do such malicious shit. And then people are also like, who's looking at me? Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. How many likes? How many likes? Well, why didn't he comment? Why didn't he comment? Why didn't he comment? Well, maybe because it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not his first priority to comment on every picture that you post. But that's what social media has turned everybody into. Everyone's doing that. And it's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. It's destroying relationships. People aren't communicating. I mean, it's like Facebook is now the new Bible. It's like, well, I saw it on Facebook. Yeah, okay. And what does that mean? That means that somebody put it up there because they wanted you to see it. Yeah, I would be careful. Yeah, I would be very careful. And I hate to say this, but it's like, it's women that do that. You know, it's like men aren't doing this shit. They can't even think deep enough to do it. But women are always like doing something. TD, when will things pick up between the Aries and I? There could be communication that comes in sooner, but things may not really pick up for another couple of weeks. You like this dress? This dress, like, everybody that I know makes fun of me for wearing this, and you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I've had it forever. It's a big, huge tent, and I don't care. My brother calls it Mrs. Roper dress. If you're old enough to know Three's Company, if you're not, watch it. It's on like it's on Logo. I don't know when, but when it's on Marathon. It's the funniest show ever, and you'll understand why he says it's Mrs. Roper's dress. But anyway, that's besides the point. TD, general for the month. Get some patience, compassion, temperance. It's like feeling good, feeling serene, feeling peaceful. Somebody from your past comes back, 6 of Cups. Feeling passionate. Life can change quickly, even overnight. Maybe taking a new course or learning a new field of study or something. So it could be something creative. You got a creative project coming in, and you also have some fun, carefree, spontaneous times coming in with the Fool. Harsha Agarwal. How will my future in career in data science be? Okay, let's see. You know, it's like it's a really great starting point. It looks like you might do it for a while, but I think it takes you somewhere else. I don't think you do it forever. I think it's a starting point. You do it for a while, and then it takes you to another level. I think it's going to be good for you. Josette, will I hear back from him today? Am I on his mind? You are on his mind. I'm not 100% sure you'll hear from him today. It may not be today. Paola, does M want to get back together? At this point, no, I'm not convinced that he's looking to get back together. He may need a little bit more time. Oh no, Kira, I didn't. And I can't pull up the email on this phone for whatever reason. I don't know why. So I'll do it when I get off the live stream, and I'll email it to you back. For some reason, the Gmail account doesn't come up on this. I have no idea why, but anyhow. I'll do it when I get off the live stream. Jay Allen, how is Grace feeling about me currently? She feels that you are very intuitive, very passionate, very down to earth. She thinks that you guys have a nice connection. She thinks you're spontaneous, well-balanced, grounded, that you have a lot of potential, especially work-wise or career-wise. Like, she thinks that you can make a lot out of yourself. Thinks that you're attractive, loving, creative. She just feels good about you. Let me just address this one here for Sonia. Look, I don't care who the reader is. I don't care how good they are. I don't care what the reputation is. Don't ever take advice for anything medical. Nothing medical, physical, or hormonal from a reader, especially when it comes out of the blue. I don't care. First of all, guys always hear me that when people ask medical questions, I'm always like, I'm not a doctor. Please go talk to your doctor. I mean, some things I can just tell you because I have knowledge of it, because I've, been studying that shit for a long time. As far as, like, if you're feeling really tired and sluggish, first thing, are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough iron? That kind of stuff. B12 is important for that. But I don't, I gotta be honest. And honestly, I do not trust a lot of readers. I really don't. I have been to almost every single one I've ever walked past. I've stopped in and had a reading. And there are 2 women, that's it, that I truly trust. And then, not only that, I've also had, there was one man that, I don't know, he said some really weird stuff, but I might have a video on it. I may make another one at some point, but you have to be careful with who you're taking readings from, because a lot of people just want you to keep coming back and they want you to keep paying them. For some reader who is, I don't know if this is somebody who's never met you before in physical, like in person, but for them to diagnose you by pulling cards over the internet is insane. It's insane. And oh, there's that. Then there's the curse. I hear about it all the time. I'm never going to be happy. Somebody did black magic on me. It cost me $500. No, it's not true. It's all bullshit. I would not take any advice from anybody because if they feel, right, if this person feels that your weakness is thinking that you have a medical issue regarding to your emotional or mental state, and they want you to keep coming back to them, that's what they're going to keep harping on it. And then they're going to say shit like, oh, you're never going to be happy, they're never going to know what's wrong with you. No, I would run like hell. The only person that you take medical advice like that from is from a doctor. It's ridiculous, yeah, ridiculous. And that's why I get so pissed, and I get even more pissed when like people are like with the twin flame shit. Well, he's my twin flame and I have to this and that. No, you're being told that by somebody because they want you to keep going back to them so that they can tell you what to do. And in the meantime, you're wasting your life, and on top of it, chasing around someone who doesn't want to be with you anymore. Why would we want to be in that situation? The problem that I have is I don't know how old everybody is, and I feel like sometimes you go through that a little bit when you're younger. So that's the thing. I would like to catch it, like stop people from doing it when they're really young. Because, I mean, when I was 16 or 17, the first time it happened to me, okay? It happened to me many times after that. But that was the first time. Anyway, yeah, just be very careful with, and then also be careful with going to this person and going to that person and going to this person, because you could drive yourself fucking crazy. And like I said, I have a hard time trusting people because I get a lot of like saccharine vibes from people, you know, and I feel it's the same way with in the yoga world too. Like people that are, you know, behind the keyboard, you know, posting how they're Om Shanti, and then when you meet them in person, they're not that nice to you. Or they really don't want you to be there, and they're kind of obvious about it, and there's a lot of mean girls. And it's like, okay, well, that's not what you were trying to portray. You know, I would rather have somebody tell me I don't want you here, you know, than try to, you know, do the opposite. So you got to be really careful. Anyway, I had to stop for that because, you know, it gets in your mind, you know, and then you start to like, it really works on your mind. And that's why you got to be very careful. You know what happened here? I lost the spot. Should I pay off my credit card and truck? I don't know so much about the truck, but if you can pay off credit card debt, I would pay that off because that's revolving debt and it's compounding interest. If you have the money to pay off the credit card, I would. Let's see. I would pay off at least the credit card. At least with the truck, it's kind of amateurized, you know, whereas with the credit cards, you're just paying compound interest on it. Mimi, what does she want from me? I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to do. It doesn't look like she's coming forward too much. She's holding herself back. She's also very quiet. I don't know if you haven't spoken to her because the Hermit is here. She's kind of isolating herself. And she feels like she's not doing a great job at transforming her life. Like her life is kind of stuck where it is. So I don't know exactly what it is she wants from you. What is she saying that she wants? Or she's not saying anything. Because sometimes people just like to stir up a lot of drama. There are people that just thrive off of drama. Makes them feel important. She's undecided. She's got a lot of indecision around her. She also has some regrets. But she doesn't know what she wants. EE, when I finish school, will I stay in oncology? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think you will. You got two aces, 70% chance, and then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is like feeling grounded and stable. Yeah, I think you will. Jessica, will I get into the course I applied for? Yes, I think you will. Now, the Nine of Wands is in reverse, which may indicate that there's a road ahead. So it may be the kind of thing that you may have to go on a waiting list or something. It might not be as easy as just getting in right away, but I think you do get in. Oh no, Sonia, I believe that the men are narcissists too, but I don't think that the men are intentionally mean to other men. Like, I think it's the women that are trying to post things to let other women see. You know, like one woman will post that she's with this guy so that another woman can see it. I've seen a lot of that. I don't see men act like that. Like, men just they're kind of just like, what it is. Like they may put up a picture of themselves or a picture of a football game or a car or something, but women tend to. I had a friend of mine who was dating this guy from out of state, and she was pregnant, and he had a tattoo somewhere, and his ex-girlfriend was like posting pictures of them together purposely and putting it up on social media so she would see it. My friend knew that he had this tattoo, and in the pictures that he didn't have the tattoo, so that's how she knew that the pictures weren't recent. But it's like, it's done to be malicious. It's not done because you're with him, you're not with him. That picture is not recent. It's just to be malicious. So that's the difference, I think, between the men and the way the men are acting. They may be all about themselves. My brother does it. He's like, makes pork chops, and he's like, puts the picture up. He's like, how come nobody's liking my picture? I'm like, well, because I've been a vegetarian my whole life. I don't like pork chops. Kira, general. The thing is that the way that you can beat everybody at that game is to not look at it, because they want you to look at it. They want that reaction from you. If you don't engage in it, they don't get what they want. So shut it down. You got some good timing coming in, the Judgment card. Things are going to start to fall into place. Six of Pentacles, feeling balanced, feeling appreciated. Life may be moving along nice. You might make a decision to go back to school or take a course of some type, Eight of Pentacles. It even could be doing some kind of training at your current job, but it's learning something new, some kind of a skill. Love cup is full. Looks like the rest of the month will be pretty decent. Intuition is heightened. Looks good. Fia, overall general reading. Okay, so the overall feel of this reading here is there's a delay when it comes to happiness, but the good news is that the happiness is still coming in, so that's good. Now, Nine of Wands, feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain and feeling like you can breathe a sigh of relief. Things are starting to move in the right direction. Wheel of Fortune, you have some good luck around you. Ace of Wands, you have some passion coming in. Ace of Swords, laying down the law, setting up boundaries, not taking any more bullshit. No longer feeling like you're waiting for your ship to come in. Five of Pentacles in reverse is either paying off a bill, a loan, something that's been hanging over your head, and feeling relief about it. And then it ends with the Two of Cups, which is a new relationship coming in, or a current relationship like rekindling and moving forward. Paola, when will Michael reach out? Okay, Six of Spades. It could be sometime this month. It could also be within 6 weeks. If you don't hear from him that soon, then the spades would be sometime this fall. But I'm thinking it'll probably be in the month of June. Love 44. Should I reach out to Santana today? I don't think, today is not a good day. I would do it tomorrow. You know, the thing is that by tomorrow, you have the Page of Swords, which means you may hear from Santana first, and that would be good. The only time that I personally would tell somebody, like without the cards, you know, without asking the cards, not, or if the cards say to, the only time I would tell you not to reach out to somebody really is if you're not feeling confident and you think that maybe they don't want to speak to you, or if you've texted them 5 times in the last week and they haven't responded, then I would say no, pull back your energy. But the cards right now are suggesting not to do it, and the Page of Swords is there, which means that this person may reach out to you, and if that's going to be the case, I would rather that happen. So I would skip tonight. You could always do it tomorrow. Kira, what blessings are coming my way by the end of 2020? Life is coming into balance, and life is starting to move forward quickly. You have a lot of stuff happening with money. I don't know if you're changing jobs, adding a job, maybe a small business. There's a lot going on with money around you, and it's very positive. You have some spontaneous times. You even have a little trip around here that you may be taking. Four of Wands, the happy home. Moving homes, changing homes, redecorating homes, spending time around your home. There's good stuff happening, and it's going to start to fall into place. Josette, did he read my message? And is he too busy to talk? He read the message, yes. Is he too busy to talk? It's not coming up that he's too busy to talk. It's not coming up that he's really doing much of anything right now. Sonia, she wanted me to be cleansed by her and said that it was the only way, but never noticed a disorder about me. I'm worried because I had an uncle and a grandmother with a mental disorder. So she was the only person that was going to be able to cleanse you. This woman is full of shit. But here's the thing. Lots of people have mental disorders in their family. Also, lots of people have alcoholics in their family. So you could throw something like that out there to a lot of people, and a lot of people would absorb that. No, this woman wanted you to pay her, and she wanted you to pay her a lot of money. Chances are, at this point in your life, if you had some kind of a mental disorder, you would know it. For the most part. I mean, there are certain things that can trigger it. Puberty can trigger it. Pregnancy, PMS can trigger it. Postpartum. There's a lot of things that can bring out mental things. But usually by now, and it's not that you can't develop things, but no, I don't trust her at all. At all, I wouldn't give her a dime. Nope. Jessica, channeled messages from my future spouse. Okay. I can only go to the spirit cards for that because I'm not a medium. I can't channel people, especially live ones. Sometimes I may hear things, but not from people that are living. So I am going to do the spirit cards. King of Earth, generous, practical, responsible, professional. Successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You've got the Midas touch. The World, Archangel Michael. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude. Path toward enlightenment. Excuse me. Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. But Archangel Michael, that's the guy. Job well done, the path towards enlightenment. Nice. He's always a good guy to have on your side. Jay Allen, what did Grace think of our chat earlier? Whatever you guys spoke about kind of resonated with her on a deep level because it's temperance and judgment. So temperance is like balance, patience, compassion, feeling peaceful, feeling serene, and judgment is feeling like things are meant to be or being at the right place at the right time. So whatever you guys spoke about worked for you. Jay Allen, what type of love options are coming my way? You have an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You also have a Capricorn. And a Sagittarius. So a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, and then an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. You got a lot of options coming in. Oh, she told you that you had the curse. And she's telling me that I'm cursed with me. Oh, yeah, she's full of shit. Full of shit. Full of it. Listen, imagine how much money this woman is making by ripping people off, telling them bullshit. It's bullshit. And see, people like that, okay, this time that we're moving into is going to expose people like that. People like that are ripping off people hundreds of dollars for bullshit. It's not true. It's not true. You don't have a curse on you. No, you don't have a mental disorder. She is a shyster. E. After school, while I stay at my current facility. I'm not convinced that you will. Not at this point, anyway. Kira, when will all of Leroy's siblings finally move out? Oh boy. That house could be a little bit of a revolving door. Let's see. It's possible by next spring, or the very beginning of next spring. You know, it seems like that is one place that's very stable, and the other people, I don't know how many siblings he has, 2 brothers, whoever, it doesn't matter. They feel like there's a safety net there, that if they need to go back to it, they can go back to it. So there may be a time where everyone's gone next spring, but I would think that at some point somebody may come back. You know, even if it's like in between moves or in between places, seems like it's going to be hard to get that place completely empty. for a while. Adriana, what's coming to me? Well, you got a celebration that's coming out of the blue, which is going to be nice, especially after being on lockdown for all that time. You guys are out now, right? It was June 1st that they were lifting it. Feeling grounded, feeling rooted, deep rooted. You have a Virgo coming in around you who could be significant. You also have some adventure coming in that's going to be fun. You also may be taking some time for rest and relaxation. I don't know if you go to the beach, if it's open where you are. You're out. I just saw it pop out. Oh, but you have a lot of restrictions. At least you're out of the house, though, thank goodness. See, that's the thing. Everything is like so slow. Everything is, because even the people that are allowed out, it's very limited right now. A new chapter. Will I ever become a mom in this life? And if so, how will it be and how many will I have? I can't tell you how many you'll have, but let's see. Will I ever become a mom? Yes, I think you will. I think, I'm going to, see, the problem with predicting the number of children is that, it should be easy. It's like either there's one kid or there's two kids. Like, what's the problem? But the problem is that, first of all, there's pregnancies. Like, how many pregnancies are there? Like, sometimes women miscarry, they don't even know they were pregnant, so that could come up. Because it gets really complicated. It's like you can't kill a soul, right? So the soul could come, but then no actual human comes out. But the soul was there, so it counts. But if you didn't know it and you miscarried, that still counts as a pregnancy. Now, you could also have two biological children, but marry somebody who already had a child, so now it may show that you have 3 children. But really, you've only had 2 biological children, so it's hard to put a number on it, but it looks like there's multiple, which would be at least 2. That's the way that that's what I would go with. Because things get so complicated. My father told me, my father doesn't believe in any of this shit, any of it. He doesn't believe in any of it. And he would sit here next to me, right, and tell you all that. But he told me that my grandmother went to a psychic way, way, way back when, before she got married. And the psychic told her that she was going to have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. Well, she only had 2 children, 2 boys. But when my uncle met his wife, first of all, my grandmother always had people living with her, but my aunt and her sister lived with my grandmother for a while, a long time. So you can kind of understand, looking back on it, how there were 2 boys and 2 girls. Like, it kind of made sense because that's the way the family was. It doesn't make a difference if they were biological or not. That doesn't matter. It's just, that's how it read. So, when you look back on things, it kind of makes more sense than when you're actually living through it. But anyway, I think there will be multiple. And how will it be? Okay, let's see. Well, the first card that comes up is the 10 Cups, which is happiness. Now, of course, there's going to be ups and downs and things backwards and forwards because that's life. But overall, the 10 Cups are full, which is happiness. And it also has the Lover's card here, which is a good sign that you would have a partner and that you would have somebody helping you and you wouldn't be alone in it. Although, like I always say, you probably be doing most of the work yourself anyhow. Adriana, how is it going to be in my life next year? Well, there's transformation that's starting now with the death card, first card that came out. So by next year at this time, things may be much different. There may be a lot of different things. First of all, there's a house here. So this could be changing home, moving homes. Something significant happens around your living arrangements. Feeling well balanced, spontaneity. 10 cups are full. So it's like happiness on all levels. So the transformation starts now. It's going to continue through the year. Adriana, what will my husband think of me? He's going to think that you're very well prepared and that you're super, super smart. That's what comes up first. Like, it would probably be the kind of relationship where, like, you always know where everything is and you always have everything in the right place, and he always has to ask, you know, like, where are the spoons? Like, they're in the second drawer on the left. Like, how long you've been living here? Second drawer on the left. So he's probably going to, like, look to you for a lot of, like, what do I do with this? Where do I put that? Like, and you seem to know where everything is. And I think he likes that. It doesn't seem like he wants to be in charge of much of that stuff. I think that he, you know, just, that's what he likes. I don't know. He's going to think that you're super organized, really kind. He's going to think that you're loving, attractive, down to earth, spontaneous, carefree, but organized, down to earth and organized. I don't know if you are. I mean, nobody would ever call me organized, but that's what comes up. Unless he's even more disorganized than me, then that's possible. Stephanie, how did V feel after the words we had today? Like she's not going to get a new beginning. I think that she was kind of hoping that she was going to be able to, like a disaster. I think that she was hoping that she was going to be able to kind of get you guys back on decent terms, and it didn't work out. Now she's feeling hopeless. Joshua, will my honeymoon be in 1 or 2 years from today? Okay, let's see. 1 year from today. Well, it could happen sooner rather than later, because you have one ace, which is 33%, but then you have the Chariot, which moves things forward quickly, and you have the Judgment card, which puts you at the right place at the right time. So I think it happens sooner rather than later. Stephanie, was V the one calling me today during lunch, and why? I'm only getting a 33% chance it was her with one ace, but it may have been her because it's got arguments here, and it also has her feeling a little bit upside down and uprooted. I think that she really wanted to get shit off her chest. I mean, I'm not convinced it's her, but I'm kind of leaning towards it, that it was her. The whole situation is not sitting right with her. I don't know if she's going to try again now because she's feeling pretty defeated. But I think she was kind of hoping that she was going to be able to sort of fix things. I mean, I don't know. Stupid things stop loading. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Oh, all right. Maybe I might be able to find where I left off. Um, I hope I haven't skipped anyone. Next that comes up for me here is Allison, but I don't know. I don't know if the order here is different now. What does Derek want from me? He's like slow. He's a little upside down with the chariot in reverse. He doesn't really know what he wants. You know, he really likes you. That's not an issue, but I think that he may have been really screwed up. He's got the betrayal card, he's got the heartbreak card, and he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, which may have happened and he isn't totally over it yet, and that may be what's causing him to be so stuck in the mud. Eight of Wands in reverse is feeling like things aren't moving forward fast, or he's kind of at a standstill. He's sort of stuck. Things aren't changing quickly. But he's going to want to go out with you again, or he's going to want to spend time with you again coming up. It's like he's got a lot of fear. I think that somebody really screwed him up in the past, and that's what's kind of messing him up now. Anna, you said that an Aries and or a Libra will pursue me. What will these two be like? Okay, interesting, because they're opposite signs. So Aries is usually a little strong. Aries to me is like a little strong, a little selfish. Oh boy, damn, hang on. Oh, this is not good, hang on. Okay. Why is my head got to be so big? We don't need all that. And Libra, see, Libra, they love to be in relationships. Aries can be a little bit more selfish. It can be a little bit more about them, what they want. Libra is a little bit more about being in relationships. So let's see. Yeah, you might be a little undecided around the Aries, because the Aries may be a little bit arrogant. The Libra may be a little bit more your style, but the Aries may be a little bit more forthcoming, you know, kind of like comes forward more, where the Libra may be a little bit more withdrawn. You may have to kind of like put in a little bit more effort. I think that they're both going to pursue you. It's just that the Aries guy may pursue you a little faster or a little bit harder. Sue, may offer me acceptance with scholarship. I think so. There's good news around this situation. Stephanie, how is T feeling about me today after we had words and blocked each other? He's not feeling good. This whole situation is not, he's not doing well with this situation. He feels like he feels like he's being accused of things that he didn't do, and then other things are coming out that he did do, and then he's lying about stuff. Like, this whole thing is not sitting right with him, and he is not happy. I don't know. I hate the blocking thing. I really do. I hate the blocking thing. But I think that he feels like he has to do it because, like, he just needs to, like, take a break from all this. He just wants to, like, back away from all this. He's almost feeling like he thinks that you're acting a little bit crazy. but I'm having a hard time deciphering myself what is true about this story and what is coming up as not being true. It feels very clouded. So he needs some time. Krista, how is Jay feeling about his current living situation? Yeah. It's like he stopped putting effort in. He doesn't really care. Like it's like he just lives there. Like it is what it is to him. New chapter. How will motherhood be for me in the future? It would be really good. You got the Empress right in the center, which is like the Earth Mother. I think that it would suit you really well. Look, there's going to be moments, there's no doubt about that. It's a journey. But overall, there may be some moments where you're like mildly anxious, and then there are other times where you're like, I got a handle on this. It's no big deal. We got it. I think that I think that it's just change. Everything's going to change. Like the way you look at everything changes, like the way you think about everything changes. But I think that's just part of it. And it's like everything, like stupid stuff now becomes exciting. So it kind of gives you, like, that's just my personal experience. It's like, oh, Sesame Street's on, like, really. But I don't know, things are just more exciting. Yeah, I think that you'll enjoy it. And then it's like you get so much, like you laugh so hard watching them laugh at something. Krista, Jay asked me today to bear with them. Things are going to change. Is he stringing me along, or is he really preparing? See, the problem that I have with guys like this, I believe their intentions are sincere. I really do. It's just that when push comes to shove, they have a hard time making taking the leap. But I really do believe that the intentions are there. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. You're not living with somebody or married to somebody and having an affair or some kind of a relationship outside of that. If you're not, you're not thrilled. You're just not. That's it. Yeah, see, his intentions are sincere. That's the thing. It's just a matter of whether or not we can get across the bridge. Alright, I hope that I haven't skipped anyone. No, I think that this is right. Okay. Stephanie, she wanted to meet in person, and she said she loved me and didn't want things to be like this way, and she wants to clear the air. Was she going to tell me the truth? I feel that she's cracking. But wait, I thought she already told you the truth. I thought she already admitted to it. If she hasn't admitted to it, to being with him, then how do you know that she was with him? see, there's something about this that's like if you said before that she told you herself that she was with these people. Well, then who told you she was with him? She was never with him. She was just with the 3 other guys from work? Right. How do you know that she was with T if she didn't tell you? Who told you that she was with him? She was with Barry and Jeff and Anthony, and she was with T, but she doesn't want to admit it. But how do you know she was with T? So, but see, this is, you're hearing it from somebody else. Like, so she admitted that she was with 3 other guys, but she won't admit that she was with him? I mean, if she, I don't, there's a lot of different pieces here that are just not fitting together. She was carrying on a relationship with 4 guys at the same time. And the other question is, were you and him in a relationship that was exclusive? Because I didn't think that you and him were exclusive. Because right now it sounds like there's a lot of hearsay around this situation and we don't have any proof. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot here that it's not making sense to me. She fixed you up with somebody who she was sleeping with, and then she continued to sleep with him while you were with him. But yet, you and him were never in a committed relationship, right? You guys never got to that point? I don't get she was going to admit it. No, she was definitely not going to admit it. I don't know what she was going to say to you, but she wasn't going to admit it. But the issue is T, not the other guys, though, right? The other guys were irrelevant. Oh, I see. But see, this is another issue. There are women who are sleeping with men and they're not in a committed relationship with them, but then they get mad when the guy is with somebody else. If you and him have not had that conversation about being committed to one another, then you really can't say anything to him about him being with another person, because you're not at that point. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is all he said, she said bullshit. And if you're with somebody and it's like, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, we're not with anyone else, that's one thing. But wasn't under the impression that you and him were committed with each other. So I'm not understanding if you're going to yell at him or be mad at him for sleeping with her, but you guys weren't in the committed relationship anyway, and she's sleeping with 3 other guys plus him, and there's a lot of he said, she said shit going on here. And it's hard to decipher what is real and what is fake, because I'm not trusting all these parties here. Like, people love drama, they love to stir the pot, and they thrive off of this stuff. And this is in the workplace. This is like gossip for days. But no, she wasn't going to admit. No, if you met her and to talk, she wasn't going to admit being with him. Phantom. Weird, but what did my neighbors think of me? No, that's not weird. I think that overall they thought that you were nice and that you were balanced and you were easygoing. They also may have thought though that you kind of hold yourself back a little bit, which I think is normal. I think a lot of people kind of hold back a little bit. But overall, I don't get that they thought anything bad or they didn't think anything weird of you. General for Allison. You may have a little anxiety, but that's going to start to move into the past. You'll be getting over that and moving forward. Maybe paying off a bill or something that's been hanging over your head, which is going to make you feel much better, especially anxiety-wise. You may have a Sagittarius entering with the Temperance card here, and you're going to have some choices around you, Seven of Cups. Water sign comes in, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. You're also feeling like life is going to change quickly, maybe even overnight. And feeling grounded, stable, rooted. Nana, is there anybody that likes me as a crush? Yes, you've got an Aries and you got a Virgo. That's at least that's showing up right now. There may be more, but these two are stepping forward. Adriana, what are his next steps? Communication may come in somehow. There's a lot of air stuff happening here. Page of Swords, like out of the blue when you least expect it. Bam, you could hear from him. Mihak Kana. Currently talking to a guy in an arranged marriage setup. We haven't met yet. Will it turn to marriage? Okay, let's see. It's highly probable because you've got the Lover's card. I think it will. If you wanted to, you can probably have it very easily. Yeah, Lover's card is like pretty positive. Kira. What will Thomas say when Leroy tells him I'm moving in? Will he be mad that his girlfriend couldn't live there? Okay, let's see. Maybe in the beginning for like 2 seconds, but no, because it's a different situation. It's Leroy's house. You're his girlfriend. It's different. I think he'll be fine with it. He may be annoyed in the moment, but then it'll pass. You know, it's like, this is my house. If I take somebody in, you know, if my brother moves in, that's one thing. But if you know what I mean, this is my house. It's not his brother's house. And that would be a different story. See me, that thing is so cute. Look at that thing. Do my ex, Trey, know he's wrong and care about my feelings? Okay, let's see. Yes, you got 3 aces. He knows he's wrong, and he's going to probably try to fix it soon, like maybe sometime before the end of next week. He does care. Jay, did I have a shot with the cashier at Walgreens? Ooh, excuse me. I'm only getting a 33% chance, and I think it's because she may have been taken, and she's got the happy home around her. But 33% chance. I don't know what her situation was, but happy home is around her. So if she's not with anyone right now, she may have had her eye on someone. Her head just may be elsewhere at this moment. Rosie, will everything work out for Rose the Virgo by the house she wants by next week? Okay. Oh my God, excuse me. No, I don't think so. I think there may be complications and it's going to get delayed. I don't think it happens for next week. Kirsty. Will run for something work out well for me? Should I be a senator, or a governor? Oh my goodness. I would not get involved. I would not get involved in politics. But that's just my 2 cents. Let me see. Will running for something work out? Yes. Can you do one without the other? Do you have to be a senator first? I don't know. Senator. I would say senator first. If you really want to get into it, I would say senator first. Starbright. Do I have a good chance of working with FN? Do I have a good chance working with FN? %70 chance, yes, you do. Kira, spiritual gifts. You're highly intuitive. Highly intuitive. I would definitely work with that. I also think that you can develop a sense of clairvoyance, and possibly clairaudient. I would continue to work with your spiritual gifts by meditating if you can deal with it. I'm not crazy about meditating myself. I try. Also, there are other things that you can do to practice. Excuse me. One thing that is simple is to do it with the phone. You know, just when the phone rings, don't look at it and try to like tune in on who it is that could be calling. That's pretty simple, and it's like you could do it at spur of the moment. You don't have to sit down and study something to do it. But I would keep working with stuff like that. There's so many different things that you can do to cultivate spiritual gifts. You can learn tarot cards, you can learn crystals, and see what resonates with you. There are some things, like I started with Lenormand cards years ago, but I don't know. They kind of seemed to me like they were very cut and dry, and I don't know. I don't think that life is like that, so they didn't really work for me as much as the tarot cards and the spirit cards do. But you figure out what works for you. Kira, will I get accepted to Dorsey LPN program? Yes, I think you will. You got 70% chance that you will. Don't worry about it. It shows a little anxiety around the situation. Don't worry about it. Julie, what is Don thinking and feeling about me? He thinks that you're stable, attractive, down to earth, kind, happy, easygoing, loving. I don't know how often you speak to him, but it looks like communication could be picking up in the near future. Kira, how does Leroy feel about my recent weight gain? He's fine. He probably doesn't even notice. Yeah, you got good fortune around this situation. You got celebration. You got balance. It's fine. Let me tell you something about critics. We are the hardest on ourselves than anyone else. I mean, I shouldn't say that, because you could get involved with somebody who's a real shitbag and points out things like that. Like, I've heard of that before. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but somebody that I knew was with a person like that. But for the most part, we are so much more critical of ourselves than other people are. Phantom, did the female neighbor think that I was hot? Yeah. Yes. Julie, will Don and the girl get back together? They might. Ace of Cups is here, and so is the Nine of Cups. So they may get back together. Adriana, do I speak already to my future boyfriend? Okay. I'm not totally convinced. You have a 33% chance that you do with one ace, and the temperance card is here, so that's a possibility. But I'm not convinced. Allison, AT and KS next 3 months. They're a little balanced. They got some mutual respect happening, and things may be moving forward for them nicely. But the devil is here, and somebody may be a little bit jealous. There could be jealousy around, or there could be some sort of an addiction or something that is interfering with the relationship at some point. But they've got some good luck around as well. The relationship is going to have its ups and downs. I can't say that it's not going to, but they look like they're okay for the next 6 months, like next 3 to 6 months or so. There's spontaneity, there's success around the relationship for the next couple of months, but there may be trust issues and jealousy. Allison. AT's feelings or actions towards me the next 3 months. We're not talking. Okay. You'll hear from her at some point in the next 3 months. You may also have an argument. There's an argument coming up in the next 3 months. And balance and patience and everything's kind of going upside down. So this may be a kind of a good time to have a little bit of distance between you and her, because it is looking like it's a little bit upside down. You're going to hear from her though, definitely. I'm just concerned that there's going to be a fight, like an old subject that you fought about before may come up again, especially under Mercury retrograde. See me, general reading. You got lovers. If you're not with anyone right now, somebody is coming in. That person could be a Virgo. If you are with somebody right now, current relationship deepens. And then the Virgo card could just be, it could be a friend entering or somebody that you're spending time with. Relationship will be moving forward nice and smooth. There's a creative project around you. There's also a decision that you may have to make. You got good karma coming in with the Judgment card. I mean the Justice card, but you have the Judgment card here too. So, like I said, if you're not with anyone right now, the right place at the right time when the Judgment card shows up. It's like things start to fall into place for you. Over the next couple of months, you'll see that happen a couple of times where you're at the right place at the right time. Adriana, clues about him. He's going to be very happy, genuinely a happy person, passionate, low anxiety, pretty down to earth, perseverant, hardworking, very stable, very solid, successful. But he's spontaneous and he has a fun side. He's not a dud. He knows how to have a good time, but he's really responsible too. And I don't know if he's a business owner, but he's got some money. He could have a high-paying job or maybe a high position in a company, but he's got the Nine of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles. So it is possible he has his own business or something like that, or is something that's sort of prominent around him. Liz, will I reconnect with Carlos? You could, yeah, you got a 70% chance. Rosie, how is Jay and R's relationship currently? Wondering, will they stay together or end by the end of summer? Okay, let's see. Will they stay together past summer? %70 chance, yes, they stay together past summer. Jay Allen, how did Amy feel when she saw me at work Wednesday? She thinks that you're really smart, highly intelligent. She thinks you're very attractive, spiritual, down to earth, creative, successful. Yeah, she definitely took notice. She thinks highly of you. She's got positive thoughts about you, definitely. Beautiful. Will me and G get engaged? You get a 33% chance that you guys are going to get engaged, at least now. It doesn't mean it can't change next year, but right now. Adriana, what will he tell me? He may talk to you about wanting to start a business, opening up a business and being perseverant, pursuing that. Ace of Pentacles is all about business. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Wands, ready to do it. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, feeling like he's seeing a payoff. That may be something that is a passion of his. Cece. Can I please get clarity on the connection between M and S? Is it just a platonic friendship, and what's going on behind the scenes with M and C? Yeah, I think that M and S are only friends. M and C. I don't think there's anything going on with M and C either. Kira, how will I do in the LPM program? Will I graduate? I think that you'll graduate. Yeah. I think that you'll do well, and I think that there's a lot of opportunities once you do that, there's other opportunities that you can kind of branch off. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of room for growth there. Kira, how is Leroy currently feeling about me and us? Lover's card, he's feeling good. He's feeling like he's got a wish. He feels prepared. He's feeling in control. He feels good. Yeah. Anna, what will the Aries or the Libra be like? Oh, that one I answered. Second, what is the Mercury retrograde when it comes to love, money, and career? All right. Under Mercury retrograde, it would not be a good time for you to start a new job if it were in a new field. But if you're in the same field and you're doing the same type of work, it's fine. So I teach yoga. If I were to start teaching yoga for a different studio, that's fine. When Mercury goes retrograde, it's not a good idea to start. Like, it wouldn't be a good time for me to go and work in a hospital because I've never done that before. It would not be a good idea. And for you, there's success as long as you stay within the same type of a job that you have. When it comes to money, I don't think Mercury is going to affect your money. And when it comes to Mercury for love, it looks like it's not going to really affect it. It depends where you have Mercury in your chart. And then it also depends on what your solar chart looks like and where Mercury is retrograding. So it might not affect everything. It could affect one thing and not other things. Like sometimes, like traffic, like I've had Mercury retrogrades where I can't get anywhere on time. But then I didn't have computer problems. So you don't always know how it's going to react. It depends where in your chart it is. So I don't think it really affects you too much when it comes to love or money, but it affects you career-wise. And spiritual reading, general reading for the third one. Maybe reconnecting with the spiritual practice or religion of some type with the Hierophant that may be making you feel a lot of peace and tranquility. You also are feeling successful. So this may have to do with the job thing. Chariot is here. Your career may be moving forward. It also looks like you might have some fun, carefree, spontaneous times. Maybe hanging out with friends. You have a lot of choices coming in. So there may be a lot of people around you coming up. Maybe, doing different things, even if it's just like fun things, getting out of the house, doing things out of the ordinaries, coming up, really enjoying the summer. That's what I think, anyhow. Julie, if Don and the girl do get back together, will they stay together? Not forever. That relationship isn't going to last forever, no. Liz, love general. could have a new soulmate relationship coming in here that brings you a lot of happiness with a new fire sign. If you're not with anyone right now, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It looks like this person would be very grounded, patient, kind, compassionate, serene, and they would think the world of you. But the energy that comes in is that this is a new person, not somebody from your past. So I don't know if you're with anyone right now. I don't know. We got to wait and see how that plays out, because it looks like it's somebody who comes in and they're very eager and exuberant, and it would be a soulmate connection. Allison. Will 18K stay together in 2021, or is it just that she's trying to get what, or is that when she tries to come back and makes me an offer? They are going to be together in part of 2021. I don't know if they're going to stay together through the whole thing. Or they could break up for a while and then get back together. Their relationship seems like it's very, not that it's unstable, but like it's, like neither one of them trust each other. So I don't understand it. I don't understand why people are together when they don't trust each other. But that's how it comes off. Like they don't trust each other at all. And I don't know, she's going to come back and make you an offer if that other woman or wait, I don't know. We have to wait and see how it's going to play out, because it looks like there's a lot of like back and forth, up and down. Like the two of them are together, but they're constantly at one another. But she does come back at some point. But I don't know if there's somebody else around you at that point. There's a lot of shit that's like good, that goes back and forth, like break up, get back together kind of stuff. Josette, does Dre not want to be bothered today? What's his deal? He usually texts me back. I said that he, I said that he wasn't trying to avoid you, but that he wasn't really busy either. The impression that I get from him is that he doesn't put a lot of effort in. That's the impression that it comes across in the cards. Like he responds to you, but he doesn't put in a lot of effort. So if he doesn't feel like responding, he doesn't respond. And he doesn't seem to like reach out a lot or plan things a lot. It seems like you do all the work. And he lets you do it. He just kind of like goes along with whatever. He doesn't really take the bull by the horns. I mean, I don't see that right now anyway. I don't know how your relationship used to be. So once again, this is going to be another one of these situations where you have to make a decision as to whether or not this is what you want. He doesn't seem to, like it does, when I looked at the cards before, it wasn't that he was too busy, he couldn't answer you. It was just like he was just not answering you. Not because he was doing anything else, just because he plays by his own rules and he answers when he feels like it. And he doesn't seem to put like a lot of effort into things. And I kind of get the impression that he does that in all areas of his life, not just with you. So it's kind of like wishy-washy a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he's trying to avoid you. It's just he doesn't seem to have a problem leaving you hanging. And like that's the part that I think is very frustrating. Susie, he's read my message now and I know he won't He won't be in touch yet, but any idea when? It could be within the next 7 days. Beautiful Aries, how does G feel about me? He thinks that you're attractive, kind, down to earth, successful, hardworking, honest, loyal, strong. Attractive comes up again. Overall, I mean, he has good feelings towards you. Anna, why did my best friend tell another friend about that lie and misunderstanding? Now she made me less trust our friendship. Why did she do that? She didn't think it was a big deal because it was a lie. That's why she mentioned it. It was like it came up in conversation, and she didn't think it was a big deal because it wasn't true anyway. Josette, is something bothering Dre? No, I don't think so. Rosie, is Jay actually in love and happy with R, or is he just staying because he's comfortable in the relationship? Well, he feels that the relationship is pretty well balanced. He also thinks that there's happiness around it. He's comfortable there, but I mean, it seems like they get along okay. They're all right. I don't know if at this point I could say that he's only staying because he's comfortable, but like it's like okay, like that's how it comes off. It doesn't come off like it's a burning hot relationship, but it doesn't come off like they're killing each other either. It's okay. Adriana, is Gil the one or is it someone else? I get a 33% chance that it could be Gil. There's a possibility there. It's kind of low right now, which could mean if it could be that it's not him, it's somebody else, or if it is him, it's kind of a distance away. It might not be happening so soon. CC, will TJ text me this weekend, and am I on his mind? Okay. You are on his mind, and he should be texting you this weekend. Yeah, I think so. McCall, why did Jeff change his mind about coming Saturday? I don't think he's in the best place here. He's got justice in reverse, which is like feeling like either bad karma or he can't get in balance. Temperance in reverse, which is like impatient and agitated. High priestess is in reverse. He's not in tune at all with his intuition. He may be looking to like get out of Dodge alone. Not thrilled right now. He's not thrilled. Hippie Brit. Will my ex-Taurus Jordan reach out to me? Yes, you should hear from this person. Yeah. Cece, will ex get divorced or stay married with a cheater? Okay. Will ex get divorced? Oh, I think he gets divorced. Yep. You know, the thing is that, and it's, you know, it's so funny. A lot of times these guys, I don't know if this is a guy we're talking about, but whatever, it doesn't matter. A lot of time what will happen is that the person does not have the balls to leave. So they may be unhappy, they may know the person is cheating, they just put up with it, and then the other person throws them out. That's what happens a lot of times. And usually it's the woman that throws the guy out. And even if she's the one that's cheating, it's very strange. And meanwhile, the guy is like kind of been waiting for his opportunity to get out. Shay, will my ex-DM want to hang out next week? Yeah, I think so. Nana, what's coming towards me? Happiness. Happiness is coming in with all 10 cups being full, and it can happen quick, overnight. You got the world at your feet. See me. Who is in love with me? Is it Tyree? There's feelings here, but I can't tell you that he's totally in love with you at this point. I mean, there are feelings, he cares about you, but I can't say that it's like full-blown love yet. Not right now. Yes, you can close the super chats. Thank you. Our relationship is super high and super low, and it was always on and off. I just want her to know how she hurt me. Both of them, the other girl knows about me. Well, you know what? You know, for your own self, you may want to just tell her. I mean, there's no sense in holding on to that kind of stuff. You know, getting it off your chest may just clear the air for you so that you can move forward with your life and not, you know, be caring about this anymore. Sometimes that may be all it takes. You know, just let her know how you feel and what you went through, and then just kind of be done with it. Thing is that, like, some people, I don't want to say that they're incapable of relationships, but it's like people just have a very hard time communicating how they feel, like grown women. Like, I have a friend of mine and she's a good friend of mine, and she's like grown woman, and she's like dating this guy, and sometimes she has a hard time. Like, she's like, she'll tell me, she's like, well, I feel this, and this, and I'm like, Why can't you just tell it to him the way you just told it to me? You don't have to make a big deal about it. Just say, you know, I would prefer if we X, Y, and Z. You know, like, but for some reason, it's like we don't have a hard time talking about it with somebody else, but we have a hard time telling it to the person. Just get it off your chest. Think about it. It may make you feel better, because otherwise you may feel like you're waiting. I don't know, like waiting to hear details of what's going on with them, or waiting for something to happen so that you get your chance to speak your piece. I would just say it, and who cares, you know? Who cares how they receive it? It's about what's going to make you feel better. Kira, how will Leroy's mom and I's relationship develop? I think it's going to develop well, because I think that she already really likes you. Yeah, see, she thinks that you're really balanced. She thinks that you don't give yourself enough credit, and she thinks that you hold yourself back. And that's a good thing. Like, she sees a lot of potential in you. Your relationship with her is going to be fine. It's actually going to grow pretty quickly. See me. Does Mike want to get back with me, or does Tyree? Does Mike want to get back with me? I would say that it's a stronger chance that Mike wants to get back with you. Allison, I don't see the question yet, so I'm going to do Susie. Did my message make him angry or upset? I don't think so, no. I'm not getting any aces here. Anna, will I get past it and make amends, or is our friendship over? No, I think that you're going to get past it. I don't think your friendship's over. Allison, last question. Why does AT try to repeat all of our dates and adventures with the new person? She gives names and the same gifts and makes me feel like I was never special. My first question to you is, how do you know all of this? Because if you are snooping around to try to get this information, this is not good, because I can understand being hurt. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. But if you are like investigating these two and you're hung up on what's going on between them, it's only going to keep you hurting. It's not, knowing what they're doing on their dates is not going to benefit you, not even just a little bit. So to me, the bigger question is here, how do you know this? And like, why do you want to know this information? If your relationship with her is over for right now, even if something were to happen in the future, that's something different. This is keeping you in a place of constantly being in pain, looking and finding out what she's doing. This isn't, to me, this is not healthy, because you can't put it behind you if you're looking at it every day. So, and there could be more to it too, because she may be putting it up on purpose because she wants you to see it, because people love drama. People love drama. They want people to be in love with them. They want people to make a big fucking deal over them. It's damn, where the hell did that go now? It's not, you can't put something behind you if you're living it every day. And to me, this is dangerous, because you're never going to get over it if you're watching what they're doing. And you don't want, Right, but see, this is what she does, and it's like, what's odd about it is that she's putting it up on Facebook and you're reading it. So this is not about the relationship that she's having with this other woman. This is about the relationship that you two had. So who knows? Maybe it's because she just enjoys doing those things. Maybe she just likes going hiking or whatever, or she enjoys that restaurant. For whatever the reason is, let her do what she's doing. That's her thing right now. Let her screw her life up or do whatever it is but the point is that if you're looking at this stuff and you're questioning it, you're not going to move on with your life because you're looking for what they're doing. And in my opinion, the two of you should not even be friends anymore on Facebook because you shouldn't be seeing what each other are doing until you're both in the place where you don't care what the other person is doing. Like my ex-boyfriend's on my page, he's married with children. I could care less what's going on in his personal life. I mean, as a human being, I still care about him, but that's where it is. I don't care if he takes her. Him and I used to go all the time to the Jersey Shore. We stayed at this motel all the time called the Dunes. He could move into the Dunes with her and I would not give a shit. Right now, this is not healthy for you to be looking at that kind of stuff. It doesn't make a difference why she's doing it. She's like living out this relationship and putting everything up on Facebook, and you're going on there and looking, and it's only hurting you. There is no real reason for anything. I mean, everyone's special in their own way, but at this point right now, she has chosen to be with this other woman, and if you keep investigating, it's only going to keep hurting you. It's not going to make you feel any better if she takes her to a different restaurant tomorrow night. It's not going to make you feel any better if you see that they did something different. It's only going to make you feel worse if you keep looking at this stuff. I don't particularly think that we're dealing with somebody who really cares too much about anybody but themselves. And you can see that now. Like, it's not like I'm not going to say she doesn't care about this other person. They may be okay, but it's more about her and what she wants. And look at me, and this is what I'm doing. Me, as a human being, and I have been in some pretty fucked up situations, would not go out of my way to hurt somebody who was my nemesis. Okay, so like we're just different people here. Like I wouldn't post something because I wouldn't want it to upset somebody who was my nemesis, because I'm a human being and I know how that other person may feel. And believe me, I had plenty that I could put up. So what I'm saying is you're dealing with somebody right now who is putting up their life story, and it's causing you pain. If you're telling me that you feel like you're not special because she's doing the same things with her that she did with you, this is stuff you shouldn't be looking at. It's not helping. It is not helping the situation. There is no reason. Why is she doing it? She enjoys doing these things. She's not planning her dates around what she did with you or what she didn't do with you. It's all about her and what she wants. And I would say this to anybody. I say it all the time. Stay off of social media. It is the devil. People are only putting up there what they want you to see and what they want you to believe. They don't put up on there what's really going on. I am promising you that. Every single person that I know that it's like a chronic cheater will not even have a Facebook page. They won't have one. And I know this. Like what are you, crazy? I'm not gonna put my shit out there. Why? So somebody can tag me in it? So that somebody can say that they saw me at such and such a place with somebody else? No way. Not putting that out there. I mean, it's just, this is very dangerous. The thing is that it's not helping. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you at all to know what they're doing. So I would either stay off of social media or I would block her, because this is very painful to look at. So why do you want to do that to yourself? You're not going to be able to figure out what it is that she's doing, because she's doing it all. It's all about her. It's not about this other person. She doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to say she doesn't care about her. She does care about her, but her whole life is about her and how she comes across. Not about, it's like she's not just like anybody, right? I wouldn't do that to somebody because I wouldn't want them to be hurt by it. You know what I mean? Like my dates would be private. Actually, I don't even have anything up on Facebook. Nothing. There's nothing. You don't even know. The city that I live in isn't even right. I don't even know why it says that city. I don't live in Hawthorne, New Jersey. I've never lived in New Jersey. That's what it says. Somebody somehow put it there and it stays there. I don't give a shit. But I would be very careful with this kind of stuff. It's only hurting you, and it brings the energy, it brings your vibration down to look at this shit. So why do you want to do it to yourself? Beautiful. What is the reason G will not break it off with the third party? And also, can you remember what you said? Why he is being so distant? I'm rewinding the tape and I can't find it. I don't remember what I said about him being distant. Why he won't break it off with the third party? Okay. So you and him are together and he's seeing a third party on the side. Yeah, he's not breaking it off. That person's still here. Are you the third party or are they the third party? Either way, it doesn't matter. He's not breaking it off right now, no. So I would be careful with this guy because there's a slowdown when it comes to your relationship. All right. Well, here. Look, here's the bigger issue here that a lot of people have, and I've been there too. I totally get it. I'm not casting stones, but there's a lot of people here that are being treated really badly, and I get that. Like, I know that, like, they're, like, we go through, like, you got to get to the point where you've had enough before you can move forward. I get that. But if you don't start standing up for yourself and start drawing the line in the sand and making it like, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do to protect myself, you're never going to get what you want. You know, like, you can't have sex with somebody before being in a relationship and then get mad at them for being with somebody else. You were never in a committed relationship. You can't expect somebody to be committed to you if you're still seeing them and you know that they're seeing somebody else and you're okay with it. They're not going to break off the third party. They don't have to. They have their cake and they're eating it too. So why should they? If you're okay with it, there are people that are okay with it. I have a friend of mine, God love her, she could care less. She doesn't care, it doesn't hurt her. If she believes that if people just want to have sex, then that's fine, and she will have sex with somebody if he's married and not care. She doesn't want to have a relationship, that's her thing. She's okay with it, but you have to understand where she's coming from. She'll have sex with your boyfriend too because she doesn't think it's a big deal. So, you have to know the kind of people that are out there. If you want to be with somebody and you want to be the only person, you can't be okay with them being with somebody else, because then they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? They're never going to, oh, well, this was okay for all this time, and now all of a sudden it's not okay. So they have to make a decision at some point, and if they don't have a reason to make a decision, they're not going to. And I get it, like, people are hurting. Trust me, I've been there a million times. I know what it feels like. But if you don't take the power back and say, I'm not going to be treated like this, I'm not going to stalk somebody's Facebook, I don't care what they're doing, let them do their thing, let them figure out what they want, and then when they decide that they want to come back to me, they can come back to me, and if I'm available, we can at least have a conversation, but I'm not promising anything. But the problem here is that a lot of people don't seem to care that they've been treated really badly by somebody. They just want that person to come back. which tells me that there is a bigger issue underneath that has nothing to do with that other person. So for example, are you really in love with somebody if they are cheating on you, don't show up when they say that they're going to show up, never remember your birthday, have no idea, like what your favorite things to do are, they just show up when they feel like it? Are you really in love with that person? Or is it that your ego doesn't want to let them go? Because sometimes that's it. Sometimes it's we're just lonely and we don't want to be alone. The bigger issue is that there is something underneath that needs to be healed. That the answer doesn't come from the other person. The answer comes from what's wrong. What is broken inside me that I need to work on? So for example, if you have abandonment issues, if you work through those abandonment issues, when this person leaves, you're going to be like, goodbye. See ya. Don't let the door hit you on the ass. Because you're not going to be attracted to that kind of person anymore. There's only an attraction there because they're bringing in something that you think you need. You don't need it from them, you need it from you. So you got to get to the bottom of whatever that is. Most people, I think, suffer from like a worthiness thing. Like you'll see it a lot where people, well, what does he think of me versus what does he think of her? What her? It's like, what about her? It's always like, well, what about me? Like that kind of a thing. Is he looking at me? Which brings me back to that same like Disney bullshit. Like you got to be the princess and the princess to show up. It's dangerous territory because you're turning over all of your power to somebody else. So when they have the power to make you happy or make you sad, you don't have any power. It should come from you. So if you're unhappy with somebody who has put you in a third-party situation, it's your choice or your decision that you have to make to leave. If you're okay with it, and God help, I have a friend, she could care less. It doesn't bother her. She thinks that sex is just an act, like, going out for coffee. That's her thing. I'm not like that. I don't want you to hug me. I don't touch me. I don't want to be touched by random people. So we're different. And we can agree that we're different people. But you can't get into a relationship and make certain things be okay and then turn around 6 months later and say that it's not okay and wait for things to change. Because nothing is going to change unless you make them change by not doing what you're doing anymore, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you're doing needs to change, because doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result is the definition of insanity. So if you're thinking, like, I think did you ask me if you were going to get engaged? Which to me is another dangerous question if you know that he's already with somebody else. So if you know he's with somebody else, would you really marry him? Like, just think about that. Because he's not going to get engaged and marry you and get rid of this other person all of a sudden. There needs to be a reason why he has to get rid of that other person. Otherwise, you're going to get a ring and a wedding and a third party. And that's what's going to happen. Because men don't care so much about marriage and rings and shit like that. Women want that. And men do it because that's what women want. So the danger here is that we're not really looking at the deeper issues in these relationships, and that's what kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Being treated really badly and being okay with that. Like, it's not okay unless that's okay with you. That's my point. If you're all right with it, then have a good time. Just be careful. Use protection. I'm just a woman. When will my female ex-friend Virgo communicate with me, the Taurus, to restore our friendship? Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Okay, let's see. When will there be communication between the Virgo friend and the Taurus? It may not be that long. It could be the month of August. There's an 8 around the situation, so it's possible it happens on the 8th of the month. I don't think it's going to happen that fast. I think it's going to happen in the month of August. And I think that you will reconcile. Am I missing a super chat from somebody that I didn't answer? I mean, I know I'm getting a little off topic, and I actually made a video earlier today, but I haven't watched it yet, just to make sure that I got my point across. And it's about like people that are being treated badly, and taking back your own power. Nobody else should have the power to make you happy or sad. And I get it. Like when you're hurt, you're hurt. You got to just kind of process that, But to not want, like, to be okay with it, or to not want to leave it, or to think that something is going to change, can get a little bit dangerous, because it's like this person is showing you who they are. Like, you're seeing it. You know this. There's somebody out there that won't do that to you. There's somebody that will be out there that's going to show up when they say they're going to show up, and they're not going to be with anybody else, and they are going to put you first. And that's the kind of, like, we want to raise our vibration up so that we meet those kinds of people. Not that we're meeting people that we have to beg for attention, because that's it's not happiness. We're not happy. None of us are happy with that. Except for my friend who doesn't care. Who's just, in it for the fun. Which I sometimes wish I could be a little bit like. Oh, Daily Tarot 33. I'm waiting for Daily Tarot 33. Oh, this asshole thing isn't loading. All right, hang on. Let me bring it up again. All right, Daily Tarot. The first one's a love reading, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. Everything's kind of screwy. Got the Aquarius here. If you're not with anyone right now, you've got an Aquarius that's going to come in out of the blue like a lightning bolt, and could be life-changing. It's going to kind of have the feeling like it's something that's meant to be. There could be like a feeling of a sigh of relief, like things are where they should be. All 10 cups are full. Now, if you're already with somebody, the Star card could be a wish around a current relationship, so it doesn't have to be a new person. The second one is, does Jay still like me? And if he doesn't, why did he stop? Feelings don't usually work that way. Like, they don't usually start and stop like that. Let's see what the cards say. No, he still likes you. He still likes you. The way that I've noticed the way feelings work, and this is the God's honest truth, and they say it all the time, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else, but that's the truth. So when you're in a situation where you're really feeling like fucked up over somebody, the best thing to do is to go out and meet someone else. And I know that nobody wants to hear that, and I don't want to say it, and I don't like it when it was said to me. But the truth is that even if you're out, or there's other energy around you, or you're even just talking to somebody else, that could, number one, bring the other person back because they feel that your energy is gone. But it also could like bring in other energy. So like you may be sitting talking to somebody here, and then the energy of that person being around you calls in other people. Like attracts like. The more people that are around you, the more people that are going to come around you. So when you're feeling like shit, if you do something to make yourself feel better, you can kind of get it to spiral in the opposite way. And then it will also give the chance for the other person to come back. Now, sometimes people come back. Sometimes people make a mistake and they come back. Sometimes they have to. They have to go out and do something else and realize that that's not what they want. This is what they want. But they have to figure it out. You can't tell them. You just can't tell them it doesn't work. So that's why, like, that's how feelings change. And that's why a lot of people get stuck with like, when is he going to call? When is he going to call? When is he going to call? Because they're not doing that. They're not going out and doing different things. And right now we're all in lockdown, so nobody can do that anyway. But when you get stuck in that waiting kind of, that keeps you waiting. And then that's what's difficult, because then we kind of get stuck and the feelings don't change. But if somebody else came into your life, the feelings, they kind of like, the way it feels to me is that it kind of like, it's like sand in the hourglass. It's like it may be really full because you care a lot, but as you start spending time with somebody else, it kind of starts to just fade a little bit. And then before you know it, you're like, wow, I don't even care anymore. And the feelings are gone. I would tell your friends that you don't want to hear it. That's what I would say. I would say, I don't want to hear anything about it. It's not part of my life. It's none of my business. I don't want to hear it. That's what I would say, and not talk about it at all. There is no reason for it. It's just what she does. Everything she does is based on what she wants. So if she wants to go to this restaurant, she goes to the restaurant. She didn't do things based on what you wanted. She did things which she wanted. That's why she does it. She's not thinking of you right now. She's thinking of herself. And she wasn't thinking of you then. She was thinking of herself then. ZT, is my second spouse going to be living and established in Dubai? Okay, let's see. 70% chance yes. If he's a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, that goes up even higher. Yeah. I think I finished the super chats. I think Mel's the only moderator here, right? I didn't see anybody else. Right, but I mean, do you believe that he broke it off with somebody else and now all of a sudden he's contemplating marriage? I would just be careful. This is what my gut says. If this guy's been seeing somebody else this whole time and now all of a sudden, like, oh, bobble, okay. I would be very careful. And is he somebody that you want to marry knowing this? Because if it was okay with him to do it to you once, it's going to be okay. Marriage means nothing. You can take their marriage certificate and wipe your ass with it. That means nothing. That's a false sense of security. That's all it is. Because being married to somebody is not going to make them not cheat on you. Bobble, you said I missed? Oh, wait, is that it? I don't think that, no, that was ZT. Bobble, I can't find it. Can you send it? Just send it. Oh shit, this phone just died. That's humped. All right, I need Mel and Bobble. Oh wait, there's Bobble. My chances of competitive examinations in 2021. Okay. You got about a 70% chance. But 2021 is kind of a ways away, so that may even go up between now and then. Mel, will the Pisces come clean soon? Okay. I get a 70% chance, yes. Plus you got the 9 of Wands, which is positive. Pisces may come clean soon. Yeah. I think so. All right, guys. I am going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably 5 and then 9:30 again. So, 5 o'clock p.m. and 9:30. If for some reason I come on earlier, it would probably be around 1 or 1:30. And then Saturday, I won't be on at 5. I'll be on late, and possibly in the morning on Saturday. We'll see. But tomorrow, definitely 5 and 9:30, possibly even earlier. So I'll see you then. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.